Okay, so this is going to be number one of our 6 week confident speaker program. Um, this is like everything you need to know for being a confident speaker. Maybe not everything in the whole wide world. Um, I'm not going to bore you guys with with all of my background and my work here. I'm just going to leave the slide up for a moment. If anybody cares to read the gory details, you can go back and read that. If you want to pause the recording and say, "Who is this Ariel Asher?" You can go ahead and do that. I think the ladies in the room already know me, so I think that's fine. I do want to go over, I have for you today, we're touching in on presenting yourself as a speaker. But before we present ourselves as speakers, I want to make sure that you're armed with speech templates, knowing what kind of we're gonna do a couple templates today, and also another day we'll spend a whole day on offers because I want to make sure everybody feels comfortable making an offer without selling your soul, because sometimes that can feel like that. And some tips and tricks of my that I have learned over the years being a speaking coach for way too many years, to help you just be your best. Now, the whole world has flipped over to being on camera all the time, so we will have an entire session devoted to tech tools and platforms that I think are good places to go so that you have all of those tips. But we're going to get our party rolling um, with some speech templates first. What you're saying is most important, and then we'll tell you later how to say it and where to say it, right? Where to put yourself to be seen. And I'll also give you some studio tools. I'll give you a complete list of everything that I use in my studio so that you can see if any of those things are going to serve you in your business. Unfortunately, I learned a little bit too much about microphones and all of these things. I wish I could go back. That's time I will never have again, but I will share what I learned and what I feel are the best things for you, depending on what you're doing. So I'm going to ask everybody what they need in their business, because different people need different things at different times. So let's talk about presenting what you say or how you say it. Who knows? 55% of communication is visual body language. Really hard now that we're on video all the time, right? So your set on your Zoom set is important. I'll talk about my opinion on Zoom backgrounds and those kind of things, green screen and everything like that, and when to use them and sometimes when not to use them. There are some times that I recommend really not using one of those filters or backgrounds because it looks like you've got something to hide, right? It looks like you're hiding something. And the reason that you put them up is because, yes, you have something to hide. But 55% of your communication is visual. When people are looking at you, they assess all kinds of things, right? We can't help it. We're judgmental beings. 38% of communication is your voice, the tone, the inflection, etc., etc. I love to spend my time here. Of course, body language, very, very important. We worry more about the actual body language part of it when we're working one-on-one and in person. It's a little bit hard to do. Maybe actually Anna has some suggestions for how to do that. I've been teaching public speaking, and my improv classes just are no fun in front of the computer like this. Even though I'm going to try to make you guys do a couple exercises, we'll see how unfun they are. Back to my slide here. 7% of your communication is verbal. Today we're going to be focusing mostly on that 7%, but we have to start somewhere, right? That is actually what we're saying, the actual words. Today I'm going to help you out with figuring out what words and what order to say them in is the easiest way that I can put what I've got on schedule for us today. But I always love to start with this, right? Because what? We're speakers and only 7% of our communication is verbal? For those of you who are intuitive, and both of you are who are on the call with me today, this is really true. If you can start well, introduce yourself well, and end well, sort of like a Olympic gymnast, right? If you can hit the landing, you're in like Flynn, because it's what people are going to remember. right? They're going to remember the second you open your mouth and the first thing you say, and they're going to remember how you close. So beginning and ending powerfully is always first and foremost in my mind. The middle part, not so much. Which some of the people that are very some people really don't like that because they think that the words are so important. But it makes it even more important, the words that you do choose, how you organize them, how you spoon feed them to your audience so that they follow your line of thinking to reach a certain conclusion, etc., etc. Okay. All right, now let's play a game just in time for Ziggy to make a photo bomb, or actually a sound bomb, into the into the room. I'm going to just go around the room. We're going to play. I'm going to pause the recording while the dog loses his mind.
Thinking about it. Okay.
We're just doing our impromptu speech templates. I've just demonstrated off the recording, but Anna and Holly are so brilliant. They caught on right away, so they're going to get this. So I'm going to roll the dice for you, Anna, and you get the letter W.
Okay. So hello, my name is Anna. My letter is W, and W stands for water. Fun fact about water, I live in a state where there are two kinds of water, very close proximity to my house, fresh and salt. Another fun fact about water is that our bodies are made up of about 80% of it, give or take how much you've had to drink the night before. And third, but not final, because water has so many fun facts about it. It is essential, I heard, to drink whatever your pounds, however many pounds your body weighs, you divide that in half, and that's how many ounces of water to aim to drink for it per day. So those are my facts about water. Thank you so much. Or thank you very much.
Very good. Anna nails it, of course. You guys, how could you not nail it, right? But you're getting the idea. This is how we work with templates, right? You just fill in the blank. Oh, Holly, this is going to be so hard. Your letter is G.
G. All right. Hello, my name is Holly. My letter is G. G stands for God. Oh my gosh, that's like a huge topic. And I only can say 3 facts about them. So, one fact about God is everybody has different definitions about God. Oh my gosh, there's so many different religions. Wow. Fact number 2, can everybody agree on God? No. So that is controversial. Fact number 3 is, to me, God is something like source, the universe, a little more new agey than maybe a religious person would say, but that's just my take. So those are my 3 facts about God. Thank you very much.
A very bold topic. Way to go. Dive in deep, Holly. That's what I am talking about. Okay, so this is really easy, and I love this. I love this to just break the ice. If we have a larger room, this is always a fun one. And you would be surprised, although both of you ladies are quite articulate, you would be surprised how sometimes people are confronted even by this very simple exercise, right? Come up with 3 sentences about a topic that you just made up, right? It's sometimes, and it's not really that they don't know, right? It's that they get that deer in the headlights moment where they don't believe in themselves. It's the lack of confidence usually, I find, right? But that is not the case, and we're a cozy group. We're a cozy group anyway. So this is wonderful. You guys did great. Now I want to consider. I want you to think about, what do you do? Holly, I was thinking about you last night when I was preparing these slides, because we've had a couple conversations about you, about this with you, and I don't mean to single you out. I actually just want to help you. I just want to help you, right? So to answer this question, instead of giving yourself a job title, I want to encourage you to share the superpower that you provide. Right? Like, really think about the superpower. Like, I keep saying it over and over again. Anna Brooke is one smart cookie. Like, she's just real. I just really love your clarity and your spot on. And Holly, I love your compassion and your ability to take in so much information at once. You're like, it's amazing how much you can digest at once. You amaze me like that, right? Start thinking about things like that. What do people say about you? What are some of your superpowers? And you might want to jot these down. On the next slide, I'm going to ask you a couple questions. So make sure to grab a pen and paper. So your title. Let's talk about your title. Now, your title, like, that's your job description, right? Who are you showing up as? I often call myself empowerment leader. Like, you guys, who knows even what that is? That's just like, what is that? That's not right. So I'm just saying, like, you can be creative with this. I use empowerment. You could use mystical marketing maven. I was just naming some funny things that I could call myself if I really wanted to, right? So find some that sort of, I love alliteration. I absolutely love it. It cracks me up. So I like to make things have 1, 2, 3 of the same letter. Sound sorcerer, holistic educator. That one's kind of boring. Self-care coach, right? Empowered self-care coach, because of the book that I published earlier this year. I call myself quite a bit weaver of light and love. If you're in the woo-woo sector, depending on how far you are, depending on your color or how far you are in the woo spectrum. So start thinking of some of these things and be creative. Now, the reason I'm telling you to be creative, I don't want you to break any laws by claiming that you're a brain surgeon or anything like this, but I do want you to be creative for this exercise, right? And to color outside the lines of your credentials per se, right? I love that Anna calls herself an interdisciplinary healing practitioner, right? It's a big word. It just means that she has a shitload of certifications, right? Like myself, for me, it's like, I'm a mystic, by the way, now I'm officially a hermit, because I joined the Hermetic Order of the Rosicrucians. So I'm like officially a hermit now. And so all of the Hermetic stuff that I've been teaching, is coming up for me again. And I'm going to study with them for a little while. That works for me. I like it. But start thinking about, who are you showing up as? What's your superpower? This is almost like you could say your superhero name, right? What is it that you're here to help people out with? What problem are you solving, right? And give yourself a lot of room. I always like to, empowerment leader is huge, right? What does that mean? Well, I'm a publisher, right? Yeah, I'm empowering people that are empowering people, right? That's how we arrived at that. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Number 1 is what I'm trying to get you guys to get at here. So this is the elevator speech framework, one of the templates that I work with for elevator speech. Elevator speech is like when you go to your leads club or whatever, and you have 30 seconds to spout out what you do, right? I want you to consider these 5 questions when giving this elevator speech, and I'm going to tell you how to put the answers together into a format of a speech after you answer these 5 questions. And number 1 is the hardest one. What work do you do? This is your super self title right there, right? You make the world, give yourself some fancy schmancy title or not. You don't have to. There's no law that says, what do you do? I relieve people of chronic back and neck pain as a massage therapist, right? Or as whatever I'm doing at the time. The second question that you wanted to lean into is, who do you serve? What kind of people want that? Well, I serve people as a massage therapist. I serve people with chronic neck pain and structural problems, right? Body aches and pains. I'm making this up as I go. I don't really call myself a massage therapist at this point in my career. What need do you fill, right? I provide relaxation. I provide peace of mind. I provide sanctuary for spiritual unfoldment. I provide, what do you provide for my target audience is stressed out people, people who can't cope, whatever your target audience is. You can play around with different things. I'm going to give you some examples of these in just a moment, but you can write a couple sentences about each of these things, and then we want to bottom line the answer. What benefits will clients gain from your work? I feel the need of providing space for spiritual unfoldment and relief from pain. Relief from pain is a definite benefit. People who are willing to lay the burden down, as it were, whatever it is. And then what's next? Now, number 5 is your invitation. What's next? What outcome do you want? I would love for you to, the next thing is make an appointment, reach out to me, send a self-addressed stamped envelope, write a check to, whatever it is, follow this link, something like that. Okay. And in the benefits then, if I was going to sell somebody, if I was doing this framework to sell somebody, what's the next step? Well, reach out to me if you know anybody who's in pain, right? Then we're going to look at this structure. Here it is, the template. So you want to say, as a empowerment leader, I'll give you, I have a couple written out examples of these. As a blank, this is you put the answer to number 1 in there. I assist people who are stressed out of their minds and having spiritual unfoldment and think that they are losing it for sure. Just making stuff up as I go along. 2, and then you put the need or gap that you fill. I help them to have a safe space to do that. I help them have a kind ear to talk to. I help them whatever it is, that gap that you fill or the obstacle that you help them with, so that they can live the life they always wanted to, be perfect in every way, lay their burden down with something that I said earlier. And then number 5, now remember, this is your goal. You're trying to get them to do something. Here's a next step. Here's what I would love for us to do. Why don't you follow this link and schedule an appointment? Or here's a next step. Read this PDF file. Go do this meditation at this link. Both of you, I think, have meditations available for people. Go do this meditation and report back to me. Tell me what you think. Here's a free gift. Go do this. Then report back to me, giving them instructions of next steps to take. Here's an example that I wrote for my own job, funky super self job titles. As an empowerment leader, I assist holistic practitioners, spiritual teachers, and transformational coaches to channel, produce, and deliver their healing message in multiple mediums on multiple platforms to global audiences so that they can achieve maximum visibility and position themselves as an expert and authority in their chosen field. Please reach out to me if you're ready to show up, speak up, and stand out. Now you will see all I did was fill in the blanks to that template right there. Okay, here's a different one just to give you a different feel. As a holistic healer, remember that template, I empower open-minded and open-hearted people to connect to source and embody their highest potential so they can live the life that they came here to create. If you're ready to connect, reach out to me and fill in the blanks right there. Reach out to me, blah, blah, blah. As an abundant life coach, like whatever it is, as this function that I do what? I empower smart leaders to get out of their own way so that they can live more authentically and embrace the abundance that they are. If you or anyone you know want a life of abundance and flow, reach out to me, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so this is how this elevator speech thing works. And I'm going to go back to the actual, as a blank, I assist blank to blank so that they blank, right? And then you want the fifth one is your offer, as leading them into something next, by either offering them a free gift, offering them, you might offer them your program, you might offer them whatever it is that you have for them, some a video, a sound bath, a meditation, something. So this is something that you could say at a networking event, to lead people to your website, etc., whether it's live or person. Okay, I'm going to stop this for a second just to check in with you, because I don't want to be one of those people that just talks all the time and doesn't check in and see how everybody's doing. So how are you guys doing with this template situation? Have you got superpower names for yourselves? No? Anna, let's work on that. What superpower name can...
Well, I mean, I like the interdisciplinary healing arts practitioner. I mean, that took me like 2 years to come up with. And I do feel that it still is a good summation of what I do. I also know it's very wordy, but it's...
I know. I started just saying holistic educator, because I had so many things that I couldn't explain.
Mhm.
So that gets weird with those of us that are healers. And we're not going to stop developing, right? So it's not going to get any easier. And so eventually I just had to be a metaphysical doctor, or and sometimes I flip around different titles. And just to be really honest with you, I constantly struggle with it. Which is why I know all of these templates, and I can switch it around depending on who my audience is, right? Depending on what they need. Do these people need energy healing, or are these my people? I have two kinds of audience members. I have people that leaders that are stressed out, that need self-care, or leaders that need visibility. So that's kind of my demographics these days. But to figure out your title, you might figure out who your people are first, and then come up with the title based on the problem that you solve for them.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
Because I see you with all of your skills, you guide people to embody the highest aspect of themselves. You guide people, you assist people to be more comfortable in their body. Right? Start thinking of the things that you do and the benefits that people receive from working with you, and work backwards on this template. Holly, how are you doing with yours?
I'm doing good. I'm just going to go with the silly title. So,
okay, read it to us. What do you got?
A mental health maestro.
All right. Oh, very good. I love it. Yes, mental health maestro. And have you put that into template form yet?
Can you put the template back up on the screen? I'm having trouble thinking about it in my mind.
Yes. Here, let's put it. So let's talk it through. And Anna, I want to do this with you too when you get a couple more pieces of yours put together. Let's massage one together so you can throw it together. Once you get the template, you can have as many of them as you want, right? As many things as you do. Okay, Holly, want to try it out?
Yeah. As a mental health maestro, I assist people in need and cutting edge practitioners to match them together so that the practitioners can serve more people, the right fit, and that people in need get the help they deserve. And as a next step, I would love for you to reach out to me if you're interested in doing one of my pilot programs. Thank you.
That's beautiful, right?
Yeah,
It'll get better every time. It'll get better every time. And you can, for all of your things, and if the next step is you can write a check for $1 million so that I can produce a major film, right? That whatever it is, you can change it around for whatever thing that you're doing. This is
totally.
good. I love mental health maestro, and supporting clients, or do we call them
We can
supporting
call them
people in
clients. Yeah.
supporting people. Well, no, it's a medical thing. Medical profession has patients, and health workers have clients. It's different. Yeah, it's
Well, I have a variety of practitioners from doctors to coaches, so I prefer to use the word client. Yeah.
yeah, just whatever is appropriate for
Yeah.
you, what you're doing. That sounds good, Holly. How about you, Anna? You want to give it a shot? You want to?
Yeah, I'm like just sketching out all these words because the work I do is like it's
I
like
know.
so many different populations being served. And so like I know for one thing that the people who are drawn to me are always people going through some sort of transition or transformation across the board. And so I'm just trying to sort of brainstorm on ways to encapsulate that in like
You
an
don't have
elevator
to have
pitch.
everything in one. You can have more than one elevator pitch,
Hmm.
okay? And for you, Anna, I do like you as a healing practitioner, whether you want to be an interdisciplinary healing practitioner
I
or
guess I
something.
could just, yeah, be
But I like you as a healing practitioner and transformational coach. I, I just I just
I
think
like
that
it.
I
I'm
just
gonna
think
write
it
that down.
I just think it rolls well, and it's just easy language for
Healing
everybody.
practitioner is a lot easier on the mouth than interdisciplinary healing arts practitioner.
I know it's the truth, but yeah, it's I understand it's the truth. But I will tell you guys one time, years ago, when I mean, now anybody can be anything they want, right? Like I got to tell you guys, this younger generation, it's so cool. I couldn't even use the word healing. Even though I
Mm.
was a healer, I've known from a very, I'm a healer, like what more do I need to, how do I need to define it? But people didn't know what that was. And one time I had this great meditation, and I came up with, I was, hang on, let's see if I can remember, trans-dimensional healing channel.
Mm.
And I'm like, that's exactly what I am. That's exactly what I do. That is absolutely the truth. But everybody looked at me like I had three heads. They're like, what the hell? Now she's really lost it. Especially since I was trying to be a trans-dimensional healing channel in a chiropractic office. Right,
Mm.
right. So you kind of have to know your audience, right? And I'm telling you that because not well, it broke my heart that nobody got me when I felt like I was being like the purest communication of what I was actually doing and synthesizing all of my modalities, and that was what I came up with. Like now that it might even be able to fly these days, right? But just know that, some stuff resonates and some stuff doesn't. To me, in my heart, I was all, that was it, that was perfect. And then that doesn't look good on your yeah, people don't get it when you put that on your on your business card. Right? So I'm sharing that with you so you can decide for yourself, how you go. But I've decided over the years that the simpler I can be, the better it is. And then if people want more clarification beyond that, you can let them know. Right? I stopped calling myself a Reiki practitioner or master healer, a Reiki master teacher, because nobody knew what Reiki was. And then I got in a weird space where I evolved my healing, that I was like, really, I'm an energy healing practitioner, not a Reiki practitioner, because I use this modality, right? And then you start splitting hairs, and then you're so far educated that you're talking above your the people you're trying to help, right? They don't know whether they need Reiki or cranial sacral work or what they need. They just know they want to feel better, right? So take out of that story whatever you can, and I wouldn't recommend transdimensional healing channel. But what do you want to pick?
I'm going to stick with healing practitioner just for practice sake.
Okay, let's hear it.
But I like healing practitioner and empowerment coach.
I would say transformational coach or transition coach. Yeah,
transformational coach. You're right. I wrote down empowerment.
You could be it could be empower. I like self-empowerment coach. That one's really good.
Yeah, actually the work I do with clients one-on-one, my teacher calls himself a self-mastery coach. I don't know if I would put such big words to myself, but I do like. I'm
use self-mastery coach a little bit. I use self-mastery coach a little bit, or self-mastery guide. I say self-mastery.
I think I'm going to play with transformational coach, but I think for the purposes of this exercise, I'm going to stick to healing practitioner just because it works. All right, this is going to be off the top of my head. So as a healing practitioner, I assist people in deep, transition and revelation. I'm trying to like fit all my clients into one umbrella.
All your words, all the beautiful
all the words, so many words, to develop new relationships to themselves so that they can create the life that is theirs to live. And as a next step, what I would love for us to do is schedule a quick call to find out if this work is a good fit for you.
So easy, right? So easy, clear as mud. Good job. How did that land, Holly? What did you think?
Yeah, I think I got it. So yeah.
Try yours one more time, and now let's listen and let's help with some feedback if there's any massage points. Try yours one more time, Holly. Do you need the template to do it?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, no problem. No problem at all. I just want to hear it one more time. Now that we got the initial, like the hairball, like a cat. Here's my first one that doesn't really sound that great, Ariel. Yeah, once we get it out, then we can improve it, right? Go ahead.
Okay, as a mental health maestro, I assist people in need and mental health practitioners that are cutting edge to that doesn't make sense.
Find each
other through my technology storytelling platform so that practitioners can have more clients and help those in need. As a next step, I would love for you to reach out to me if you're interested in my pilot program.
Beautiful, Holly. I like that you filled in a little bit more information about the technology, because I think that earlier on in the speech that was helpful, right? For us to really get that you were providing this tech service. Because yours is a little bit hard because you're actually just gathering the people like Anna and myself and Dr. Beth so that consumers can get access to the healers, right? That's wonderful. That's sounding good. Want to try another one, Anna?
Sure.
Then we'll let you off the hook.
Yeah, no, that was really good to hear yours, Holly. It's very, very smooth. As a healing practitioner, I assist people in spaces of transition to focus on what really matters so that they can create the life that is theirs to live from a place of deep joy and belonging. And as a next step, I would love for us to schedule a call to see if this work is a good fit for you.
That's beautiful, Anna. Very nice. Very succinct. Now,
Thank you.
they don't roll trippingly off the tongue off trippingly off the tongue right off the bat, right? But
Mhm.
when you start to think in these terms, you assist who to do what so that they can, right? So when you start to use this template, it becomes really easy to spit stuff out. And you guys know I love alliteration. So you can have as many, but not more than 3 things on each of these things. I assist people to ba, 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 right? I assist people to ba, ba, ba. You can have 3. 1 is okay. 2 is okay too. 3, I like 3 because the rhythmic effect, and it's easy to it's easy 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, right? So to expand this a little bit, you could have a couple more points in there. Now we just have like 10 minutes left, so let me just preview to you what's coming up next, so you can see if you want to delve into this or if we should wait till the next time so that you guys can. So the next topic of discussion, which is too big, but I can show you the preview of it, is we're going to actually take apart the template of a persuasive speech. Okay. Which you guys are probably starting to get the structure of pretty easily, very similar to the work that we're doing. And what you will find is this elevator speech, besides that last line, call to action, is a wonderful introduction, right? So even though it's just the 30 seconds, you can take that 30-second elevator speech and put it on the head of any speech that you want to make, right? Blah, 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 blah. I do this, da, da, da. And then for the body of your speech, you're just going to fill out the points that you said that you do already, right? Those 3 things. I do da, 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 really. And then so you get done with your elevator portion of the speech, and then you just add things on. So just saying that you can expand these at any time. So actually, we'll just do it next time, but I'll give you a little preview. The persuasive discussion, the outline of topics is we'll discuss the different types of speaking besides persuasive speaking. What is there? Then we'll look at the persuasive speech, the structure of the speech, and what makes a successful persuasive speech besides people giving you their credit card number or opening their wallets and giving it to you, and how to present yourself as a speaker. And then that will conclude. It's the persuasive speech. This will be the longest of the templates that we will go through. So I have this sort of mapped out for us for next time. We'll just do it next time because we're running up on the hour and I don't want to keep you guys late. So next time we'll cover that whole structure. We'll go into the details of the persuasive speech. And until next week, I really encourage you to a couple times look at that template and get creative with that template, because as soon as you memorize it and you've got it, you cannot be stopped in any situation. You'll feel confident to talk to whoever is in front of you and lead them in that professional way to make the conclusion to reach out to you for guidance. Is there anything that I can do to help you guys out in your business, with your chapters, with your speaking in general? Have I given you just enough information? Too much information? Just enough. Okay, good.
No, this is like a good piece to
A good chunk. Yeah. When I started
good
looking at
chunk
the
and to like
slides.
focus it in and like just start thinking a little bit more like with blinders on in this way, like not going wide, just how to make it concise,
Succinct. Yeah.
succinct. Yeah.
Succinct. Holly, you doing good?
Yeah, this is good. Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah, I loved your template that you just did, the last one that you just did. When you mentioned the technology a little bit sooner in the elevator speech, it was very powerful. Like I really feel we knew what you did. Like we got more of an idea instead of sometimes when you're trying to explain what you do, right? Just who is it for and what are they going to get out of it is a great, so really good. All right. Anything else? Anna's looking pensive. Anything else? All right, you guys, kind of one of my most boring classes ever. Not boring because you guys are here, but we were just expecting 3 more ladies, I think. So just a small group. So if there's any questions that you guys have, or if there's anything that I can help you with, my time is open. But if not, you're free to go because I know you guys have busy schedules. So that's
Thanks,
a wrap.
Ariel.
It's a wrap for
Yeah,
me.
thank you so much, Ariel. This is great.
You're welcome. You're welcome. You guys are so awesome. I really want to assist you. I really do want to make sure that you show up well. Anna, you're rocking it anyway. All your little Instagram TVs and
Oh,
everything. It's
thank
looking
you.
really good. And you have a nice calming presence online. You keep your voice nice and in your register. You can tell you're doing all your work really well.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, ladies, that's it for me. I'm over and out. I'm going to go eat some lunch.
Sounds good. Bye.
Yeah.
Take care, guys. See you
Nice
next
seeing
week.
you,
Bye-bye.
Anna. Bye,
Nice
Ariel.
to see you, Holly. Bye.